everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Katrina Marie, and I'm here to make sure that you become the very best possible applicant before you click submit. And today I have a little special guest with me. Say hello. This is Mish. He's about almost 10 years old, and he is a full-bred Persian. So he's gonna just be hanging out with us. Well, he might leave, but he might be hanging out with us just for a few minutes. And today I want to be talking to you guys about college university rankings. And I just want to start this conversation off by saying, I'm not saying rankings are bad or never look at rankings, but I want to give you some reasons why I feel that you should not solely be looking at a university ranking and picking it and putting it on your short list and applying to it, only because it's in the top 10 and the whatever, you know? And I want to give you some understanding on how to go about researching universities not using the ranking system. All right, so let's dive into this a little bit. I'm going to give you 5 methods or 5 steps you can take that will help you figure out what criteria is most important to you. And that way you can come up with your own conclusion that it is a good university or a good school. So what I want you to do, I want you to take out a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write down 5 criteria. 5 criteria. It could be anything. It could be maybe it has the major on offer, or maybe it is close to your home. It could be maybe where your friends are applying to. It could be they have lots of cool campus activities at that university that you want to get involved with. It could be literally anything, but it has to be your personal 5 criteria. Now I want you to list those. Go ahead and list those. Okay, now what I want you to do is take those 5 criteria and I want you to list them 1 to 5. What is the most important thing? All the way down to the least important. Okay, 1 being the most important and 5 being the least important. They're still all important, but they are the 5 in order of what's important to you. Okay, now that you've done that, I want you to take the 5 universities on your list, if you have a list, or if you are just starting out. What I want you to do is write down 5 universities. And I want you to look at your criteria, and I want you to look at those 5 universities, and I want you to see, do they meet the criteria that I've written down? Do they meet the criteria that I've written down? So, for example, if you put down X university, you're going to log on to X university's website, and you're going to research to see if it has 1 through 5. Okay? If it doesn't tick all the boxes, you have to ask yourself, is it a place I want to apply to? Okay? Is it a place I want to apply to? And this is an important question. I don't want students, or I don't want you to become victim of picking a university because it has a good ranking. Okay? I want you to come up with the criteria, 5 things that are important to you, make them 1 through 5 important to the least important. I want you to log on to the 5 schools that you're thinking about applying to. See if all 5 of those criteria are met just by doing some basic Google research on the internet. Okay? What you're doing is you're not only researching what's important to you, but you're probably finding out other cool, interesting things the university has to offer. Or you're figuring out, wow, this website's way too complicated. I'm not finding anything. It's not meeting my needs. I'm going to cross this off the list. Either way, it's a win-win. All right? Now what I want you to do is I want you to maybe Google university rankings, top 10 universities in the world, okay? Or top 100 universities in the world. Let's just do the top 10. What I want you to do now is pick the top 3 major players, okay? QS Index, World News Report, and Times Higher Education. Those 3, all right? And you look at the 3 list, and what will you notice? They're pretty much all the same. All the same schools shuffled in different orders, okay? There might be slight variation, but they're pretty much the same. Now what I want you to do is research the criteria that each of these rankings have used to make these schools the top 10. All right? These schools are the top 10 based off of what? Okay? You'll have to go and research that. Why are these schools the top 10 in the world? Okay? And I want you to look at your first point, your 5 criteria. I want you to look at your 5 criteria. And when you're looking at the criteria of these top 10 universities in the world, are those on the list? Are your criteria on the list of what they're using? It's probably going to be a no. And I want you to understand that these rankings really have very little to do with what's important to you as a 17 or 18-year-old researching a university. I really want you to understand that rankings are there for a variety of different reasons, okay? They're there a lot of times to create this attractiveness or this appeal or this marketing campaign to say, hey, come to this university or to this college because we have the nth best program or the nth best education. And while those can be very attractive and helpful in guiding you and saying, okay, there's some exclusivity, is it really meeting your needs? Is it, by being in the top 10 in the world, is that school really meeting your 5 criteria? I really want you to ask yourself that, because I'm here to kind of help you figure out what's important to you. Is it a good fit? And are you going to be happy there? Just because it's in the top 10 in the world does not bring you 100% happiness. It just won't. So what I want you to do is not completely cut out rankings, but understand that a lot of the times rankings are there to not really have your best interests. They're there to promote themselves. Universities are a business at the end of the day, and they're there to create attractiveness or exclusivity and this idea, this psychological idea that they are the best in this or the best in that, okay? When really the criteria that you wrote down at the beginning of this video probably is not any of the reasons why it's in the top 10 in the world, okay? So if you feel that this information has helped you, or if you feel that it could help somebody else, maybe doing their university research or understand rankings a little bit better, go ahead and click the like button, share button, subscribe button, whatever it takes, and pass this information along to somebody that you feel could really benefit from it. I hope to catch you all in the next video.